Have you ever wondered about the life of Martin Luther King Jr., a hero who stood up for justice and equality? Today, we'll take a closer look at some fun and interesting facts about him. You'll learn who he was and why he's such an important figure in history, even for kids in 5th grade. Let's start by traveling back to January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. That's when Martin Luther King Jr. was born. But did you know his birth name wasn't Martin, but Michael? Later on, his father changed both their names to Martin Luther in honor of the German Protestant leader, Martin Luther. It's amazing how a name can reflect someone's destiny. Martin Luther King Jr. was not just a famous leader, he was also an incredible student. We all know how important education is, right? He skipped 2 grades in high school because he was so smart and started college at just 15 years old. He attended Morehouse College, where he learned a lot about leadership and helping others. Imagine being in college when most kids are just starting high school. Now, let's talk about something that Martin is most famous for: his powerful speeches and peaceful protests. He believed in fairness for everyone, no matter what they looked like. One of his most famous speeches is the "I Have a Dream" speech. This speech was given during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in 1963. Picture this. Over 250,000 people gathered at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. to hear his inspiring words. Martin talked about his dream where people are not judged by their skin color, but by who they are inside. It's a speech that still touches hearts today. Did you know Martin Luther King Jr. is one of the youngest people to win the Nobel Peace Prize? He received it in 1964 when he was just 35 years old. That's like getting one of the biggest awards in the world for making the planet a better place through peace and love, instead of fighting. Martin was also very brave. In 1955, in Montgomery, Alabama, he led the Montgomery Bus Boycott. This was where people stopped using buses to protest the unfair rules that required Black people to give up their seats for white passengers. Imagine not being able to sit where you want on the bus. Martin's leadership in this boycott helped change these unfair laws and showed how peaceful protest could lead to big changes. Besides being a great leader, Martin Luther King Jr. was a family man too. He had a wonderful wife named Coretta Scott King, and together they had 4 children. Martin's lessons of love and kindness were also shared with his family, showing everyone that change begins at home. Something else that makes Martin's story so special is his courage. Even when people didn't agree with him or were mean to him, he kept going. He faced many dangers, and sadly, his life was cut short in 1968 when he was just 39 years old. But his message of equality and peace lives on and inspires people around the world to keep dreaming big. As we wrap up our journey through Martin Luther King Jr.'s life, remember that he taught us important lessons about fairness, kindness, and standing up for what's right. Even as kids, you can make a difference by being fair and treating others with respect. Martin often said, "The time is always right to do what is right." By following his example, we can all make the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time. So, whether it's speaking up when you see something unfair or befriending someone who needs a friend, know that just like Martin Luther King Jr., you have the power to make a change. Your dreams and actions can create a brighter future. And who knows? Maybe you'll inspire others just like Martin's legacy continues to inspire us. Isn't it amazing what one person can do to change the world? Thank you for exploring these fascinating facts with us today. Remember, the journey to fairness and equality is one we can all take together. Keep dreaming, keep learning, and keep spreading kindness. Until next time.